welcome back to our channel, River Rovers. This morning I'm on Mulbery Creek. It's a feeder creek to the Smith River. As many of you know, that's where we do a lot of our river cleanup projects and treasure hunting. So today I'm actually doing something that's pretty nostalgic for me. I grew up on Briar Mountain in Franklin County, Virginia. Grew up in a trailer park on a gravel road. But the cool thing about that, at the end of the gravel road was a creek. And a lot of kids from the area, we spent a lot of time knee deep in that creek, catching crawdads, fish, snakes, turtles, anything you could think of that was aquatic. So today I'm actually scouting Mulbery Creek, and we are placing homemade crawfish traps. They're very simple traps. These are traps that can be made very cheap. We're going to place those today, leave them overnight, and actually come back and I'm fishing tomorrow morning. We're going to get into all the fishing gear and everything tomorrow to tackle that, but for now I'm going to show you guys the traps. So I made 5, and prepare yourself for this high-tech contraption here, but it's nothing fancy. A lot of people have done these for years. This is a 1-gallon juice bottle. I've got 5 that I've made. Like I said, very simple. You basically cut the top off, reverse the spout funnel part. You stick it in there and poke the hole, put 4 zip ties in it. Makes it very secure. Then you cut the top off, and that gives you access to be able to put the bait and rocks in to sink it to the bottom. Also put my name and my fishing license number on there for any reason if that's needed. Basically the premise of this is you find a rocky area where crawfish, or crawdads as we call them in the south, are typically found. You weigh it down in the rocky area with rocks, and then you bait it. I've got a few different baits we're going to try. I've got salmon eggs, which is typically used for trout fishing. I'm going to try out some of those. It's some old bait that I really didn't want to toss, so I'm going to try to use it. And we're going to see what they really have interest in. So I've got that, bacon, raw bacon, lunch meat, and cat food. So we're going to place 5 of these traps, and we're going to leave them overnight. And tomorrow morning I'm going to come back, and when I fish, we're going to check these traps. So again, if you guys haven't already subscribe to our channel, there's a little red subscribe button down in the corner. It'd be real awesome if you click that. And I'm gonna show you something I found. I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere. I'm off of a trail, but true to River Rovers fashion, we can't go anywhere without finding something. So found this whole Budweiser flag washed up under a tree. So we posted on that on our Instagram. I'm gonna give that away to someone who wants it, if it's local, whatnot. If you're not local, we can ship it to you. It won't cost that much. I have no use for it, but I guess it's nice to someone. So I'm gonna go through, we're gonna set these traps up. So scouting out places to drop these crawfish traps overnight, so I can come back and check them in the morning when I come fishing. This is probably the longest and deepest pool I've seen so far on this creek. And I'm sorry you can't see into the water much with the glare, but this pool is actually full of fish. I've seen bluegill, creek chub, and I've actually seen one bass that looks about 5 or 6 inches long. He was actually just swam up on that rock right there, and he's swimming back out. You can kind of see him. Try to point to him right there. Sorry about the glare and everything, but definitely a spot we're going to mark with the fancy stick here and check again in the morning. All right, so we found a pretty rocky spot, so I'm going to set up the first trap here, and we're going to throw a little river rock in. It's not gonna take much to weigh it down. For this one, we got some bacon here. Bacon puts off a very strong scent, and I'm thinking this will do well. It's been out of the fridge for like an hour, so it's kind of slimy. Literally, we're gonna take our bacon, drop it in there on our river rocks. So our crayfish, crawdads are going to swim in that hole right there, get that bacon, eat on it, and hopefully be there in the morning. So we're going to try to push this lid back down, prevent them from getting out, and let's go place it. set took like 2 seconds. There's not a crawdad in there yet, but there is a whole school of shiners or minnows all around it. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if we catch some of those, which would be pretty cool too. So like I said, they like bacon. Who doesn't? We'll see how it goes. So we're at trap number 2. We're setting up now. I think I saw a crawfish swimming through. I can't tell, it's very shaded. It's kind of under this rock ledge behind me. So on this one, we're gonna use salmon eggs. I think they're kind of shrimp flavored, scented, whatever. So we're gonna try that. It'd be really cool if we could get some fish in with that too. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure a little minnow probably would not want to be in an enclosed area with a crawdad, but we're gonna go ahead and get this one placed now. So just like the other, we're gonna throw a couple river rocks in here, weight it down. Our eggs, you can definitely smell them. We're just gonna throw those in there, about a half a jar. We may use some more in a bit. Like I said, this is trial and error as far as locations and baits. So I haven't done this in a really long time. I'm 30 now. It's probably been 20 years or better. So let's go ahead and get this sunk down. All right, we're on to trap 3 and bait 3, cat food. So let me grab a couple river rocks. And I just realized I did not bring a rag, so I have to rinse my hands in the water. For any of you that are wondering, this is real chicken and tuna. I'm gonna kind of cheat here. I'm gonna see if I can use this as a kind of a spoon. All right, I'm back up. All right, so we're gonna place this in this pool behind me. It literally looks like it's got about 20 minnows in it. 20 minnows in it right now, so maybe we'll catch some of those. Trap 4 cat food. I'm putting this just below a pool up here that's full of fish. So maybe we can get something downstream in this. And I've actually been marking the other ones with piles of rocks, and this one I'm marked with this turtle shell I just found. Alright, and we'll move upstream and place our final trap for the day. But this is the last one I just set. I was actually just kind of chilling up on the rock behind me here, and looked down, and there are just a swarm of fish around this last bait trap. So got the GoPro here, and I'm gonna see if we can get just a quick video as to what they're doing. We're gonna try to get another angle here too. There's a basketball. you can see, they're tearing that trap up, so maybe we'll have some good luck. And I know I told you guys earlier, but I will see you tomorrow. And guess we'll take this basketball. Good morning, I'm back as advertised. I actually have a burst of injury this morning. It's like 54 degrees out here, so it feels pretty good. Setting up on the first hole behind me, I'm going to show you guys some of my gear real quick. Again, we're fishing with Ultralight gear today with earthworms is the go-to bait. If I can find hellgrammites or something in the creek, we'll give that a try too for a natural presentation. But just show you guys what I have. This here is what's called a pitching stick. It's by Shakespeare. You can get these. They're very kind of generic. But I'm just running a very super setup. I believe it's got 4 or 6 pound test on it. It's what came with it. I'm not really doing anything special. And then a very small hook that came out of a trout hook assortment pack. And I got this one my dad got me, which is pretty cool. I've fished with it a few times. It's very interesting. It's collapsible. This one I'm running a split shot on and a small hook. But again, very, very light setups. So, going with the typical setup when I'm on the stream, we're gonna do a trout vest. And I've just got small sets of pliers, things like that I can use. Also brought these two, imitation like earthworms. So in case we run out or have any issues with those. Small set, everything we're doing today is catch and release. And just a very small tackle with some lightweight equipment. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it in the pool behind me. This is probably one of the deeper pools that I saw scouting. It's about maybe 3 feet or so, and it's pretty shaded, so hopefully I can get up on it. Really don't know what to expect, so we're gonna fish, and then I'm gonna go back that way behind the camera, and we'll fish our way down to our 5 crawfish traps and check them this morning. So again, we appreciate you checking in, and I guess we'll go ahead and get baited and get started. As you can tell, it's instant hits. You've really got to have quick response. All right, guys. First one on the bank this morning. This is creek chub. Earlier I rinsed my hands. It makes it a little easier on the fish. Trying to get this hook popped out. I will say this combo is very easy to cast. Very accurate. So this is a creek chub. They grow about 2 to 6 inches. I believe they're in the carp family. So we're gonna go ahead and put this fella back. He'd be perfect if we were doing some other fishing and wanted a bait fish, but that's a creek chub or a hornyhead. So we're gonna cast back in this hole again and see what we get. That's on earthworm. All right, so I'm at the first homemade crawfish trap, and we're about to pull it up. So looks like we got a creek chub and a minnow in there. I'm gonna try to get them out and show you guys a little bit closer, but the salmon eggs seem to work, or maybe it was the cat food. So we're running out of water, so I'm gonna show you these guys and get them put back. much like I caught upstream. Hold still, fella. Creek chub. Hope that focus is there. Creek chub. Another small creek chub. You guessed it, creek chub, which that was what we were targeting, and crawfish, so. So I'm gonna rinse this trap out because, like I said, everything's catch and release, and all this is going out with me. We're gonna try to leave it like we found it, if not better. So I'm gonna rinse the wet cat food out of this, and we'll head on down, and we're getting to the pool soon where I'm gonna do some fishing. And there's some trap, I think, before it and below it. So I've been fishing this hole right here pretty aggressively the last 15 minutes or so, and just look at the color. Try to get it hook out. Just the color of these fish is just absolutely gorgeous. Bear with me, we're trying to safely remove the hook. There we go. Alright, so just look at that. I hope it focuses, but, and sorry, I've got my camera flipped around. Hope you guys can see that, but what a beautiful fish. Very aggressive. Like I said, they're not a big game fish by any means, obviously, but this is this was a fun little challenge. Just kept moving the bait around, trying to find a good hook set because the line is so light, the tackle is so light. So we'll go ahead and put this guy back. But beautiful fish, and I hope you can see that. I know cameras go in and out of focus, but we'll go ahead and put him back and see what else we can get out of this hole. So I've been sight fishing, and I've noticed one was a lot bigger than the others, and this is him, creek chub. So we'll go ahead and get this hook out, show you guys. He oh, I've dropped him. Let me rinse him off. So he's a good sized creek chub. There you go. He actually was pretty strong coming in, bowed over my little ultralight line, and he jumped out of the water a couple times fighting. So that was fun. And so he's eager to get back in the water. Give you guys one last peek. Again, hope that focuses. Beautiful fish. And we'll go ahead and get him back. That's 2 out of this spot. This is my most anticipated spot that I marked yesterday. It's the longest, deepest pool. I saw a lot of fish in it. Could be just the angle I'm at right now. I don't see any. But we're gonna go ahead and set up and cast in here. I probably got 30 or 40 feet of pretty good sized pool fit here to cast in. So let's see how it goes. So far, we've done really well in every spot that I've marked. So fingers crossed this one too. This one was the one I was looking forward to the most. So. All right, so literally as I say that, I see a bass swimming in the water. So we're gonna go ahead and get a line out. So he's kind of just cruising up and down the pool here, and he definitely looks like he's top of the food chain. So I'm gonna put on a little bit bigger piece of bait, see the prize in this hole. Of course, the bad thing about walking through the woods with fishing gear is every time you stop, you've got to reset it. So I think he swam back off, but he could be under this ledge over here too. hit right away. It's a creek chub. They haven't really been schooled up in this area, but I anticipate when the food comes, they will. I've got 2 hits right there on the smaller side. As you can tell, it's got a little bit larger piece of night crawler now. So I'm casting in front of that bass, and he's showing a little bit of attention, but he's got some competition in there, some bigger size creek chub, and I'm gonna keep pitching in there. The fish are super aggressive. This one right here, it's a good size creek chub. So, but that bass is much bigger than him, maybe twice, maybe 3 times his size. It'd be awesome to pull him out. Just a real quick clip. So first for this hole, this is a bluegill. And he hit pretty hard. So this is a first. Like I said, I've been catching creek chubs and minnows, and got a bluegill on the bank, and we're still casting to that bass. He's got several fish around him that's competing. Hopefully we can entice him. I'm gonna keep casting at him. So we'll go ahead and put the bluegill back. All right, that's another bluegill. That bass is still hanging out. I'm still casting at him. I literally hit him in the nose once. So I just need an opportunity, and if he gives it to me, hoping I can make the best of it. So I'm gonna dig this hook out, and we're gonna increase our chances by staying in the water as much as we can. So for the sake of time, I picked up our last trap. This is the one that had bacon in it, and I noticed when I placed this one, the bacon floated to the top. I guess because it's got a lot of fat in it and it floats. But it looks like some of the traps may have came open. I don't know if that's the reason we didn't get anything, but it's, like I said, it's trial and error with baits in these traps. It's been a long time since I've set these, so next time I'll make something to lock these lids down on them. But I'm picking these up on the way back out in any trash I find. So I'm probably gonna hit that pool one more time and see if I catch any fish out of that. I think we got 4 fish in the trap, and I've got 6 or 7 fishing. So it's been an absolute blast. I'm sure there's crawdads in here. If I get to flipping rocks, I'll find some, but I'm not discouraged at all. I really enjoyed this. 2020 has been a rough year for a lot of people, and I think if you get back to the simple things in life, you'll find a little more enjoyment. And this is what it was about for me. This is something I did as a kid, and I really enjoy it, and I look forward to doing it again. And if you guys haven't already, I wish you would subscribe to our channel. The button's on the bottom corner. It's the little red button. If you give that a click. Also, we're on Instagram as River Rovers. You want to give us a follow there. So again, I appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you on the water next time.